to this now. Another school is in the spotlight for alleged racism. Parents have been protesting outside the German International School in Cape Town, wanting the principal to address them. According to reports, a teacher told a class that black people are uneducated because they have no role models. The parents say they want transformation at the school. For more on this, I am now joined by eNCA's Monique Mortlock. So, Monique, tell us about the situation on the ground at the German International School. I imagine a lot of parents who are outraged.
Yes, and more parents are joining the picket. This is day 2 of the picket by parents. I'm going to ask my colleague Mario Pedro just to show you some of the parents that are positioned here outside the school. They've set up placards. As I mentioned, they were here yesterday as well. Some of the signs just clearly stipulating what this protest is about. Parents want a diverse faculty and counselling staff for students. They want an attractive work environment to be created for minority group faculties. They want transparency, accountability, and an increase in capacity for nurturing a multicultural community. And to tell us more about why parents are here outside the German International School, I'm joined by a parent who just arrived. Thank you so much for joining us. Just first, your name and surname.
It's Arian Fremantle, and I have a second grader at the German school.
And tell me, why have you decided to stand in solidarity to be here today, calling for an end to racism at the school?
From what I've learned, there's a really much more of a structural problem at the school, and this incident is just one of many. And personally, I'm really tired of lip service that has been paid to being all about transformation and making it more inclusive, and then actually protecting the people that perpetrate these kinds of things and not the students. And it really shocked me that the leader of the school has actually chosen to protect the teacher and her labor rights more than the rights of the children and of the community as a whole in that sense, yeah.
And I know that the headmaster has issued a statement to parents, just explaining, as you mentioned, the process that went into the disciplining of this teacher and the suspension, and the school getting in an external labour law expert to deal with this. Are you satisfied with that statement? Are you satisfied with what the headmaster has told parents?
Absolutely not satisfied with that. This is really not a question about labour rights. And also I think it completely disregards the fact that when we're talking about structural racism, which is something we've been talking about publicly since Black Lives Matter and all of that a lot more in the recent past, you need to understand that racism is in everything. Racism is in the way we remember things. Racism is in what we think we know. Racism is in legislation. Racism is in processes and ways of doing things. And with this, there must just be no debate. Racism is always wrong. It's not a question of opinion. It's not a question of some sort of ideological preference. And that needs to be clear. And I feel that the headmaster has really failed the students, this community, the country, by not really taking a clear stand on this. And by not sort of equipping his students and supporting them and fighting for their rights and living the things they say about, they don't live them, And I mean, I know, sure you can see this, but the German school is an exceptionally well equipped and resourced school. There's a, Olympic-size sports hall. There are plans of a new science center that looks a bit like the opera in Sydney, I think. It has a massive thing. And yet there's no, from what I learned from the members who are on the diversity committee, who have been working on this kind of topic for years, there is not 30,000, 50,000, 100,000, whatever, small amounts, peanuts really, to hire someone who actually drives transformation at the school. Because nice pamphlets are one thing, but to actually, have the resources, have the staff, make it a priority, a real priority, that hasn't happened, and that's what we would like to see.
Final question, you mentioned that your child is still quite young. How important do you think it is from a school's perspective to implement these policies and to let students see that they are tackling these very important issues and letting students from a young age see that this is happening? How important do you think that is, and do you have these similar discussions with your children at home?
Of course we do, and it's massively important. I mean, if you think about half the day the children spend their day at home, and the other half, or even longer, depending on how old they are, they spend at school. So the school is the place where they learn, they learn about biology, etc., but they also learn much more important things, according to me. They learn how to interact with others, they learn how to solve conflicts, they learn how to deal with people that are different. And they also learn about their rights and the rights of others. And as a leader of a school and as a school, you are responsible, you're directly responsible that the children in your care, as well as the staff that reports to you and is accountable to you, and the parent community to a degree, buy into that message. And the message is that there is no other way but anti-racism. There is no other way to go about this. And that hasn't happened. That's hugely important, because from what the kids learn at school, from what they learn at home, they're carried into the world. What kind of world do we want? Do we want one where a teacher who says such horrible racist things about black people being inferior, who teaches that? And this is why I really feel that, from what I've learned, is that she has now been issued with a final warning. We all know she's back in class, she's teaching, but I think the final warning has been issued to the wrong target. The final warning is for racism at the school. It's not to a teacher who deserves no more chances, because there can be no tolerance for that.
Thank you so much. Some powerful words there from a parent here at the school, that need for transformation and for policies against racism to be implemented here at the German International School in Cape Town.
Monique, I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. The unassailable clarity of that parent that you were speaking to on the issues of structural racism. I mean, absolutely incredible. I could have listened on and on while you were chatting to her. Thank you for that. That's eNCA's Monique Mortlock outside the German International School in Cape Town, talking to a parent who has absolute clarity, in my view, on these matters. You can disagree with the view if you want to, but she's absolutely clear where the lines are drawn and where the line should be drawn on the issue of racism in our society.